Welcome to the Art Lady channel, and today I'm in my classroom and I'm here in Florida with my Florida snowman, and this is how we build a snowman in Florida. We actually use boxes, that's what I did, and we used scraps of paper and bulletin board paper and packing paper, and I take the paper. And you can see in this large box here, I round the boxes with the paper, and I use 2-inch wide masking tape so that the box becomes rounded on 4 sides. The top and bottom of the box is actually flat. You can see here how they're somewhat rounded. Once I have the boxes rounded, then what I do is I'm going to move the video so I can take him apart. I take the rounded boxes, and then let me pop this off so you can see it, and then I lay white butcher paper or roll paper onto the table, giant sheets of white paper, and then I wrap the white paper around the box and I tuck the white paper into the box. Then I take some cotton batting, and this is quilting batting, lay that out on the table. I place the box on top of the batting, and I flip it up and pull it into the box. From here, I hot glue the edges of the batting to the paper just so it stays on. I don't even glue this paper down. You can see here how it's just folded in, and there's how I get, so you can see the little bit of tape, the kind of like my armature for the box to round in there. So once I have that done, I do 3 boxes that way, and I keep them separated. Years ago, my first snowman I've ever made, I made a giant one, about 8 feet tall, probably about 4 feet wide, and it was so great and wonderful. The kids loved it, and I found that it wouldn't go in my closet. So I had to push and push and push it to get in through the closet doors. So the next time I made my snowman, of course, I learned to make it so it can come apart. And that's why I keep it separate like this. And then it's easy to store. And I've had this for about 8 years, and I just store it in my closet on the top shelf. But once I have the 3 balls made, then I stack them on top of each other, and then of course I decorate him. And I'm going to show you the top head. You can see how it all just comes together. And I hot glue all of this together on the top. I kind of just fold this in, almost like you're wrapping a present. And then I decorate the eyes, nose, mouth with felt. This, you can see how I make a cone. I put a little stuffing inside there, just hot glue. And then I hot glued it to the nose, and then over the years it's kind of drooping. I need it a little propped up again this year. And I take safety pins and straight needles, and I just pin it up with that. That helps with the droopiness. I've decorated the buttons with felt, and then I did a little bit of, I found these little buttons in my art room, so I stuck those on. And then the scarf is just a giant piece of scrap fabric with a little sparkle to it. When I make my hat, I do the same thing. It's just a box, but instead of folding in these pieces of the tops of the box, I cut a giant oval out of the box tops. I rounded it, and then I just layered it. I covered it with fabric. You can see how it's a little dusty from the years of use. But once it's all put together, we're having a really great time with this Frosty lesson this week. We talk about tints. Let me put this back up here. We're talking about tints and shadows in the snow. Most of our kids here in the South have not experienced the snow and how beautiful it can be, and the shadows in the snow, how they appear and are reflecting from the sky. So this all ties in with our unit of tints and values. And we can actually see, if you look at the bottom of the snowman, you can see the reflection of the paper. That's why I put the paper there. So it reflects onto the snowman, so they get the feeling of the blue shadows in the snow. And then this is what we've been doing this week. I've been doing it with kindergarten through 3rd grade. You can see how we have tints of color in our snowman, and the shadow up one side of the snowman in tint of blue. So we've been having fun with our snowman, and hopefully you will make one yourself for your classroom, and some of your kids can experience building their own snowman.